You know what the business is? You know what the business is? My 2 cent, just the facts. Mr. 5G's on this 2 cent Tuesday. On this 2 cent Tuesday. It's going down on a Tuesday. It's going down on a Tuesday, like it always do. I got a couple of groups this week, and the topic is cultural influence. I'm trying to figure out how to apply the way we are influenced by culture, we are influenced by others, or the choices and our decision making is based on other people's influence on us and ours on others. There's many people that we affect in many different ways. I try to pay attention to that. You have to ask yourself honestly, how does your culture or your environment influence you? What choices or what decisions or what habits do you have that you picked up living in the times or era or environment that you live in? Or the relationship you have, what do you have to do that is predicated off of somebody else's expectations of you? You know, culture is defined as behaviors of society. Society dictates and try to tell us, and that's why we, in this counseling thing, we talk about pro-social and anti-social, and that's why I am self-proclaimed or proclaimed anti-social, because I don't allow society to dictate and think for me. Influence is the effects that somebody has on you, we talked about. Mindset is a disease. Resistance is contagious. A disease is contagious, and a disease is only mindset, and it's something that it is spread, and it is spread around throughout, and it's not just a physical disease, but it could be a mental disease, and it's contagious, and contagious is something that's spread out, we give to other people. I noticed that we only make decisions and choices based on our emotions. That's why I study and I practice emotional intelligence. I try not to make choices and decisions based on the way I feel at the moment, at the time. There's many people I love that are incarcerated, or relationships are affected because we make choices and decisions based on how we feel or emotions. And I try not to make choices and decisions based on emotional aspects of me. It's hard not to, but it becomes easy once you start practicing a little bit. I get pissed off beyond festivity, like the normal average people do, but I try to count before I make a decision or emotion, or make a decision off of emotion. That's the one thing, you know, we have to understand that the disease of the mindset of what you learned and what you're taught. I was thinking about something, and I said, man, I've never seen when I be distracted, noise always in the background, but it'll be all right. You know, when you're busting them upside the head with some of this good stuff, try to come through with the distraction, but I would not be distracted. I was wondering why. Well, I'm not wondering why, I know why. And if you pay attention to stuff in life, we overlook a lot of stuff in life. Why do you never not see a police car stopping at a regular gas station to get gas? You probably have seen it before, but it's rare that you see a police car stopping to get gas at a gas station. I know some people know the reason to that, some people do not know. And it reminded me of myself, how I never stopped to get gas at certain gas stations when I'm growing up in Compton and Long Beach. You know, you got to be ready for the activities. Anytime these activities are arising, that's cultural influence. You're ready to get down and get dirty. You're ready to do what you do. You're ready to protect yourself. I'm trying to let that truck get by a little bit, but the last one is gonna be up out of here. But that's cultural stuff. By me not stopping to get gas at certain gas stations, or not going to certain liquor stores, because you know what's gonna happen when you go up in there, what the possibilities of happening. The reason why police never stop and get gas because they know the issues and problems that can arise ahead of time. So they have their own gas station that they go to and they gas up before they even leave. Someone loads those cars up with gas so they will not have to stop for gas. Probably got gas stations, I don't know for sure, but inside the police station. We have to be prepared. Preparation. Preparation is what it's all about. Preparation is what dictates everything in life. And I said this because I saw a YouTube interview and reminded me of this. You know, we all triggered by certain thoughts. This one guy was saying that his homie, and I don't name names, was telling him, homie, never leave your city and have to stop and get gas. Be prepared and gassed up beforehand. We are influenced by culture, man. Watch how you are influenced by your society, your atmosphere, your culture. You know, there's a thing called that. It's the ticking clock. Time ticks, and sometimes you have to put so much good time in. Like when you're in prison, when you're a lifer, when you're in prison, and you have to put so much good time in. When you have a job, you have to put so much good time in before you can get to the next level in life. That's about everything. The clock is ticking, but the clock would never start ticking until you allow the clock to start ticking. I have many homies locked up in prison, and I talked to them about, man, you got to put the time in. I had a guy once, I told him he got in trouble like 3 times back to back, and he was going to board. He got the fire denial. I said, homie, you gonna go next time and get a 10-year denial. I said, but I want you to understand this. Look at it. You have to start putting that good time in right now, because when you go back next time, they're going to give you a denial, at least 10 years. But when you go back next time, that's the clock ticking. You have to allow the clock to start ticking. Let the clock tick, man, on building up good time, whatever it is in your life. Good behavior, good decisions, good choices. Not making decisions off of your emotions. Practice emotional intelligence. Allow the clock to tick. Do not be negatively influenced by your culture. Get cure of that disease. Get cure of the disease of the mindset you got that's contagious, that you're spreading. This has been my 2 cents. Mr. 5Gs. Just the facts. Little 2 cents on this 2 Cent Tuesday. You know, man, guard yourself. Guard your mentality. Take your medication. Your medication is proper decision-making, positive thoughts, and everything can change the culture. Change yourself. You know what the business is. You know what the business is. This message is approved by my mother. See you next time on 2 Cent Tuesday. Mamba out. Guard your thoughts.